So, I'm a huge fan of what the Miami Dolphins as an organization are building, okay? I believe in Brian Flores as a head coach. The first year Brian Flores got to Miami, he changed the culture. Last year, he came in and really helped elevate this team. Miami took a huge leap. They were a 10-win team, and they're really starting to build something, okay? In Miami, the past couple of years, they've invested in defense, in free agency, and in the draft. They've invested in their offensive line. And last year, they drafted Tua Tagovailoa to hopefully be their franchise quarterback of the future. And what have they done? They've actually done a good job of building around Tua Tagovailoa. They put great players around him. Now Tua has Will Fuller to throw to. They signed Will Fuller in free agency, who to me is a number one wide receiver that has legitimate playmaking ability. They just drafted Jalen Waddle with the 6th overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft. He was arguably the most explosive player in the entire draft at the wide receiver position. He has a chance to be really, really good, okay? Not to mention they already had Devontae Parker, who I think is the number one wide receiver. So now you've got a wide receiver core of Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Parker. That's a wide receiver core that gets me excited. Not to mention, you still have Mike Gesicki, a really good tight end who's very underrated. You drafted Hunter Long, a tight end out of Boston College. If you look at the Miami Dolphins, right now, you can call me crazy. In my opinion, they have all the pieces to win a Super Bowl. They really do. I truly believe this. They have a top 10 defense. And this year, they added to that defense by drafting Jalen Phillips out of Miami, who's out of the University of Miami, who's really, really good. They now have a well above average wide receiver and tight end core. The offensive line is improving. Myles Gaskin is an underrated running back. They have a great coaching staff and a new offensive coordinator that's going to cater the offense to Tua Tagovailoa's skill set. Okay, listen. The bottom line is this. There are no more excuses for Tua Tagovailoa. It is now time for Tua Tagovailoa to put the Miami Dolphins over the top. He has all the pieces around him to become the long-term franchise quarterback in Miami. And again, I've been very critical of Tua Tagovailoa. I'm not a huge believer in the guy, but I will say he's got a lot of talent around him. He has all the pieces needed for him to succeed. If Tua Tagovailoa cannot develop into a franchise quarterback, he flat out just isn't good enough. Because when I look at the Miami Dolphins roster, this roster can compete with Kansas City. This roster can compete with Cleveland. This roster can compete with Buffalo and Indianapolis, etc., etc. They have a chance to be an elite defense. They have playmakers on offense. They have a great coaching staff and a great head coach that I believe in named Brian Flores. It is now time for Tua Tagovailoa to take the training wheels off and get on that bike and ride up that hill and hopefully lead the Dolphins to a Super Bowl. Okay, because this roster is loaded with great players. They have all the pieces needed to become something special. So, from this point going forward, all you Dolphins fans chirping at me saying, "Oh, Tua's this next great franchise quarterback. Tua's our guy. We can't go wrong with Tua." Okay, let's see him go out there and prove it. Because as far as I'm concerned, there are no more excuses for Tua Tagovailoa going forward. In year number 2, and from this point going forward, it is put up or shut up time for Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. No doubt about it. Is Tua Tagovailoa the guy? Only time will tell, but there are no more excuses for him. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.